Plenty to get into here at GP Fans this Friday as the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix weekend gets underway. The championship deciding Grand Prix and number 22 of this almighty season in Formula 1. Now there's so much to look at when we get into Saturday and Sunday, but Friday gave us plenty of fireworks as well, but not perhaps in FP1 and 2, although we did see Kimi Räikkönen finishing his last Friday in Formula 1 going into the barriers, resulting in a red flag and an early suspension to FP2. But it's all about Max Verstappen and his pre-weekend comments, and then who was topping the timing charts in the first 2 hours on the new look Yas Marina circuit. We get into all of that here in the video, so just hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with everything we produce here on the channel, and of course GPFans.com and at GPFansGlobal on Twitter and Instagram for all of your live updates throughout the weekend. But now, let's get into the talking points from Friday. Max Verstappen had his foot on the gas before we even got on track in Abu Dhabi, launching an astonishing attack on Lewis Hamilton and the FIA before the weekend began. While Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko was apologising to Lewis Hamilton for accusing the British driver of making a mistake when he ran into the back of his title rival a week ago in Saudi Arabia, the Dutch title scrapper was being far less amicable before the action got underway, saying he feels he's being picked on unfairly by the stewards, while Hamilton is a protected figure in Formula 1. It was a surprise after Verstappen remained fairly quiet after all the incidents on the street circuit of Jeddah last weekend, but ahead of the biggest race weekend of his career to date, the 24-year-old unleashed a verbal volley of frustration towards his rival and the FIA. Clearly things don't apply to everyone, because the things I did in terms of defending, two other guys in terms of racing also did, and it never got mentioned or a penalty. So I don't understand, because I thought I was just racing hard, remarked Verstappen. What happened for me didn't deserve any penalty, and clearly for the other two people it didn't if they were going to get one, but clearly it's only me who gets it. For me, I was not wrong in Saudi Arabia, but clearly only I was wrong somehow twice. But other people do exactly the same thing and they get nothing. Both of us, he and Hamilton, were off the track, outside the white line into turn 1, and somehow they judged it was my fault. That I don't agree with. From my side, what's unfair is that I'm treated differently from other drivers, clearly. Other drivers can get away with it and I can't, and that's a bit of a problem here. Verstappen has confirmed he will at least congratulate Lewis Hamilton if the Briton wins an 8th world title, but only if everything goes fair. But he also added he'd seen a different side to Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes this season, and I quote, not in a positive way. There's plenty more from the quotes from Max Verstappen. Get onto at GPFans.com to see the full transcript of what the Dutch driver had to say before we got underway on Friday. Battle lines were drawn then, but what happened on track in FP1 and 2 on Friday? Well, Max led the timing sheet in Friday's first session at the new look Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. It's a track that is now 12 seconds faster than it was a year ago, with its new fast banked curves and the opened up corners underneath the hotel that crosses the circuit, and it got its first run out with the championship leader by race wins alone, putting in a 1:25.009 as the quickest run of the first hour. Valtteri Bottas was just under 0.2 of a second behind the Red Bull in second, while Lewis Hamilton was third, 0.346 seconds off the pace, with Sergio Perez fourth in the other Red Bull and Yuki Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri, wrapping up the top 5. FP2, however, saw the Mercedes of Hamilton leading the pack after the qualifying run simulations. It's suspected that both Red Bull and Mercedes were running with the engine power perhaps turned fairly down, with Lewis Hamilton expected to use the Brazil-boosted engine when it comes to Saturday's action. But even with the slower setup, the British driver notched a 1:23.691 on the timing sheet, the only driver to go sub 1 minute 24 on Friday, with Esteban Ocon in the Alpine 0.343 seconds behind him in second. Bottas in the other Mercedes was third, with Verstappen 0.641 seconds behind his title rival in fourth, followed by Sergio Perez in fifth. Speaking after FP2, Red Bull boss Christian Horner was asked if he was concerned about the time deficit to the two Mercedes cars. They look very competitive here. Certainly the first two sectors. I think sector 3 we come back at them, but I think damage is done in the first two sectors. but we've still got 23 hours to try and find a better setup and a bit more pace. Asked if the race, as some teams are now predicting, could be a two-stop strategy come Sunday, Horner noted, "It's on the cusp. I think now with the change to the circuit layout here, I think tyre wear is going to be a real factor. Particularly the long left-hander puts a lot of energy into the tyres. So it's sort of 50-50 when you look at it. So it's going to be fascinating to see which strategy prevails." Interesting then, if Abu Dhabi has created a circuit with now a two-stop strategy potential, that just opens things up even more for the action on Sunday. What do you make of the new look circuit at Yas Marina? Let us know in the comments section below. And what do you make as well of Max Verstappen's comments going into this last weekend? Is it mind games? Is it just the Dutch driver with so much frustration on the 24-year-old shoulders and just getting it off his chest before he gets back down to racing? Let us know, as I say, in the comments section below. Hit the subscribe button as well to stay up to date with everything we do here at the channel. GPFans.com is where you can find all of our wonderful written work, and GPFans Global on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with all of our live updates throughout this hell of a weekend in Formula 1.